Oh, oh my God. I'm extremely sorry for watching you dance without your permission.
I lived in that house for 11 years, and I swear to God, the basement door was never there before. I grew up in a small town in western Pennsylvania, just trees, hills, and a gas station. Our house was old, built in the 40s, creaky floors, drafty windows, but it had character. My parents never renovated much, and I knew every inch of that house, or at least, I thought I did. It was the summer after I turned 17. One night, my parents were out of town visiting my aunt. I stayed behind because of work. I was alone in the house for 3 nights. On the second night, I was getting ready for bed when I noticed something odd in the hallway downstairs. Across from the kitchen, where there used to be just wall, there was now a narrow brown wooden door. I just froze. I kept staring at it, trying to make sense of it. It had the same trim as the rest of the house, same chipped paint, like it had always been there. But I knew it hadn't. That wall had always been solid. I grabbed my phone flashlight and stood in front of it. No handle, just a small iron latch. I opened it slowly, and behind it was a steep, pitch-black staircase going down, way deeper than our actual basement. I stood there for maybe a minute. Then I shut the door and went back upstairs, tried to tell myself I was tired, maybe my memory was off, maybe it had always been there. But around 3:30 a.m. I heard something. Thump, another thump, like footsteps, coming from below the house. I got out of bed, heart pounding. I didn't want to look, but I had to. I crept downstairs, step by step. The house was cold, too cold. The door was wide open, and something was moving down there, just out of sight. I whispered, "Hello?" No answer. Then, from the darkness below, I heard a slow, gravelly voice. "You left the door open." I slammed it shut and didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, the door was gone, like it had never existed. I told my parents when they came home. They didn't believe me, said I was dreaming. But every now and then, when I'm back in that house, I still hear it. The thump, coming from somewhere beneath the floor. He was standing on the side of the road, holding a sign with my name on it. This happened about 2 years ago. I was driving home from my cousin's wedding in rural Kentucky. It was around midnight. Cool September air, dark sky, not a single other car on the highway, just miles and miles of cornfields and empty road. I had the music low, windows cracked just a bit, the kind of peaceful silence that almost puts you in a trance behind the wheel. Then I saw him. Up ahead, just under a flickering streetlight, a man, standing completely still, right off the shoulder of the road. He had long, dark hair. Clothes looked worn out, like he'd been walking forever. But what caught my eye was the cardboard sign he was holding. I slowed down, squinting to read it. That's when I felt a cold shock run through my whole body. The sign had my first name written on it, just my name, in big, black, messy letters. Not help, not ride needed, not going west, just my name. I didn't stop. I didn't even tap the brakes. I drove right past him, fast, and didn't look back. But I felt it. I could feel his eyes following my car as I passed. At first, I tried to rationalize it. Maybe it was a prank. Maybe someone at the wedding set it up somehow. But even as I thought that, I knew it wasn't true. That part of the highway had no towns for miles, no houses, no motels, just empty fields and trees. Whoever that man was, he wasn't supposed to be there. About 15 minutes later, I pulled into a small gas station. Only one working pump and a tiny convenience store that looked closed. I got out to stretch, still feeling rattled. And then, I looked across the parking lot. He was there. Same man, same clothes, same sign. Just standing, completely still, staring at me from the edge of the lot. There was no way he could have gotten there before me. No car, no bike, no shortcut. I backed away, slowly, then jumped into my car and floored it. Tires screeched. I didn't care. I just needed to get out of there. I drove for over 2 hours straight without stopping. Didn't even look in the rearview mirror. My hands were shaking on the wheel. My mouth was dry. I didn't turn the music back on. I got home around 3 a.m., parked the car, and went inside. Locked every door and every window. Sat on the couch for a long time, trying to calm down. I didn't tell anyone. Not yet. Who would believe me? But the next morning, things got worse. My roommate found a manila envelope just inside our front door. No stamps, no return address. It had been slid under while we were sleeping. Inside was a black and white photo. We broke into the old school for fun, but the girl we found inside had been missing for 8 years. There's an abandoned elementary school just outside my hometown in Nebraska, closed in 2007 after a fire in the cafeteria. Kids said it was haunted. We used to drive past it all the time, daring each other to sneak in. One fall night, me and 2 friends finally did. We climbed in through a busted window in the back. Everything was trashed, desks flipped, chalkboards cracked, hallways dark and freezing. It smelled like mold and dust. We were laughing, taking dumb photos, until we heard crying, faint, echoing down the hall. We stopped. It was definitely a girl's voice, whimpering. We followed the sound down to the old gymnasium. That's where we saw her. A girl, maybe 12 or 13, sitting on the bleachers, wearing an old school uniform, dirt on her face, pale, shaking. She looked up at us slowly. Her voice cracked as she said, "Are you here to take me home?" We were stunned. I asked her what her name was. She said, "Emily. Emily Carter." That name hit me like a brick. Emily Carter had gone missing from our town 8 years ago. It had been all over the news, never found. We didn't know what to do. My friend called the cops. We tried to comfort her. She kept saying the same thing. "I've been waiting so long. He said he'd come back." But when the cops arrived, the gym was empty. No girl, no footprints, nothing. We told them everything. They didn't believe us, said we were probably hallucinating or pulling a prank. But here's the thing. 2 weeks later, I got a message on Instagram. No profile picture, no name, just one message. "Thanks for coming to see me," and a photo of the 3 of us in the gym that night, but taken from the rafters above, where no one was supposed to be.
Sometimes the scariest part isn't what you see, it's what's waiting in the dark. If you've ever experienced something you can't explain, something that still keeps you up at night, share it in the comments. You might just hear your story next time. Until then, keep your doors locked, watch the shadows, and whatever you do,